Oh, oh yeah. I see. Good night, good night. I see somebody coming up. I am not alone. Whoever is it? Hi, Stephen. So, Pam, how are you? Welcome to the live. You're number one. You're the first person. Lindsay Sasa. Hi, good evening, guys. How are you doing? Tetla, good night, good night. Tetla, good night. Then I remember I made a promise. I say I have to come on. Hi, Stevenson. How was your day? How are you guys doing? Petla, how was your afternoon? I'm just saying that I just pop on a minute and a half. And I almost everybody I said, boy, what if anybody will show up? Oh my Lord, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy. Like up the live, guys. Give the live a like. And if you haven't yet subscribe to the channel. Auntie D says, what are you saying tonight? What are you saying, guys? I want to look at a topic that I think most persons would think is applicable, and it's about, the title is, what is maturity? What is maturity? And I'm going to also look at something else. What is maturity? What do you understand? What is maturity? I was going to look at something else. Maturity. When something is mature, it means that it is fit. The coal gone. Well, it's not really gone yet, but we're trying to because when I come in this evening, I said, wait, I don't feel it. Even outside was a little light, not as bad as other times. But I didn't even look how much it went. But today wasn't bad at all. But you see, if you have on so much clothes every time, because if you guys come on and like up the live, you may just not dress properly and say, oh, the day is going to be fine. And when you realize you're in the middle of a coldness, then you may get sick. So right during the season, you have to have on your things and have on everything, keep the body warm. So the cold is gone from you there now. You guys not cold anymore. The cold front is gone. You look kind of little trash. Cold front is gone. Wow. Like up the live, guys, that's the person's watching. Oh, you're not gone. Oh, you're still getting the rain? You guys still getting rain? Watch your Tesla. I don't have on the thing. What is wrong with me? And it is right. Oh my God. Didn't realize it, man. That I didn't put on the mic. I put him right beside me here. Oops. Didn't realize I didn't put it on. Sounding clearly. Maybe I don't put it on and people don't hear me. No rain. Then if there's no rain and it is cold, then it's going to be very cold, dry and cold. When the rain come and it cold, it feel a little nicer, a little different. But not having any rain and it cold, it's bad. But maybe it's not so cold after all. Maybe it's not so very cold. Come on, guys, give the guy like a like. Touch your screen, thumbs up your screen, man. Don't run away, because we're going to talk about maturity. What is maturity? Right? What makes a person mature? Why do you think somebody is mature in there? What do you use to know if somebody is acting mature? Right? As I say, when something is mature, it is fit. You look at the tree, the mango tree, you say, whoa, they are not ready yet. It means that they are not yet mature. They're not ready to eat. Right? And you look at people. In maturity, the behavior. Right? So you're a little baby and you become more mature. You start to walk, the different things until you can eat, feed yourself, dress yourself. So every day you get a little more mature, more than a little more. But we are looking at the behavior of, say, adults. I don't want to look at behaviors of children because children have to be trained. So if they're not trained, the behaviors are not going to fare too well. But I'm looking at adults, big people, big people. How do they, the way they, yes, the way they behave. Sometimes you see some adults, and they behave like some little 10-year-old, some like they're a child. And then giggle, them laugh at everything. Sometimes they dress up their hair like a little girl. They dress, even some men too. You understand me? So it goes, it's not just women, it goes right across. So the maturity comes out the way how we behave. If you're, say, you're an adult, you're expected to behave like an adult, not like a child. Right? So, but there are times we go back to behaving like a child, especially when we have what is known as, say, some type of illness like Alzheimer's or dementia. It calls to do things that, because your brain now change. The thinking in the brain has changed. So if you were, say you're 60, 70, you start to go small thinking. Yeah, man, that's man, you're on the ball, that's I never tell them the topic, like up the leg, guys. And you become like somebody talk to you, you behave like, man, I've been to a nursing home back home. And even here too, and when I see how they behave, my heart pain me. They don't know what. They turn over their food on the table and they start to pick up one grain of rice. They do some things and then go hide under the table, then smile, then laugh, then do some things. They don't know what they're doing. You'll be sorry for them. So although they are mature in body, the behavior start to shrink and give a negative. And sometimes it breaks people's heart, because there are times when they don't even remember their own family member. They don't remember them. They don't remember them. They stand before them and say, "Oh, I'm Jane. I'm your daughter, Jane." They say, "You know me," huh? And then become annoyed. They're confused, and there are times they will relapse, go back again. But I'm talking about immaturity in people's behavior, especially when they go into public space. I'm not worried about in the home. Although, let me tell you guys, I'm not going to stay long tonight, so don't worry about the run off. Right? I'm not talking about in the home, because in the home, what you do there is private. But the brain shrink, yeah. When you go into, like, in the supermarkets or the store, you have to join a line. It's like they don't have the patience. They would want to take a space before you, even though you're in the line. Or, it's like they're ever running. They are always hurrying and they are going nowhere. So they will tell you that, can I get a space? Can I get a space? They don't think they should wait. Mm-mm. They don't think they should wait. And because of that, see everybody running down. Because of that, no, you find that people tend to become, what should I say, negative, because the behavior gone and they don't know what they are doing or what they are thinking. So they just change. You say that they change so quick, and then they can go from one to the next. And there are times too, maturity comes with, as we say, the behavior, right? Or pretend somebody give me a like and go on. I don't know who it is. I don't like when they do that, because you don't know who is out there. And I don't know why people are always hiding, peeping and hiding. I don't know. But sometimes I tell myself that they are multitasking. So if they come and tell me that it was them, I don't know. So it's hard for me to be convinced when I just don't know. Yes, so you find that when you look, let me take a sip, my throat dry. When you look at, for example, the way the person, they look at their dressing now. Okay, they know that they need to put on proper garment to keep themselves. For example, the ladies know the things that they are to wear. And when you look, they don't have on so many clothing and they look so, I don't want to say untidy, but they don't look so well put together, because sometimes you see everything through the dress or the pants, you see the panty foot, you see everything, you see everything. You understand me? Sometimes you look, you see up to the Sometimes they don't have on any upper bra to keep them breasts together. So it just a flip, 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 and they don't care. And they say any word that come to their mouth. So you can't even look at them and say hi. You forget to put on so and so. You have to know you say it. Because what? They may string you up, string you up, string you up. And you become embarrassed, you know? So you end up after don't say anything. And then another person could come and give a little correction and they would accept it. But there are times when you know the people and you can't even say anything to them, they prefer take it from a stranger because they will run you and make you feel embarrassed, insult you. So I said, how can we how can we act or show that we are mature? As we say, it has to be in the behavior, right? How we behave, how we say things, how we do things in the public. Some people just like to go and just use a stringer, stretch out the material them to every length. And then what they do, it just leave a bad taste in people's mouth, especially when they know that you are from that area. I won't say country, from that area where the person is from. And sometimes when you see how they behave, you try not to even say hello, you try to look the other way because you're awfully embarrassed. So for me, I never really encounter I encounter negative behavior when people don't act mature. Right. They're at the table, they're in the bus or the taxi, and they just say anything, any word. If a child is even there, they use any language. And then the children will go back and use the same thing because what? They're accustomed to hearing from the older persons. So most time when I look at it, I would say the adults are not setting any example. Most of them, not all, but most of them. And most of them again are young parents. So be it male or female, they are young parents. So they don't even practice what should be said and not be said. Type of words and behavior they should even do before the very child. If a baby is accustomed to see you do certain things or hear you say certain things, they are going to be saying it one day and going to be surprised. For example, if you keep using indecent language around a baby who can't even speak, when the child is ready, that's what the child heard. The child is going to sing out the words then you're going to laugh because it sounds like a joke because the child cannot say it properly. You're going to laugh, but it's not a joke. It's all there in the brain. And you do certain behaviors and the child sees. The child cannot speak at that time, but the child will try to do it to other children or other persons. So from the child is in the womb before the child is born, adults, although we say we have young parents, adults need to set a more stronger example. Because the children are there, the younger generation are there, and they are looking on. And I was also thinking about the situation with the two ladies. I won't get into it because I don't know anything much about them. But I'm just saying that everything could have been avoided. Practice become perfect. Thanks at it. You understand me? Everything could have been avoided, and don't reach that level. As we read in the Bible, it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So if every time somebody say grievous words to us, we're going to jump up and get angry and swear. We are not going anywhere. We are not learning. I believe one of the greatest insult to me is to ignore a person. Ignore the person. Don't even open your mouth. Don't even open your mouth and say a word, whether the person is speaking the truth or not. If you're not with somebody who is, say, a good mediator, it doesn't make any sense to open your mouth because they're going to become in a brawl, and you and the person may end up fist to fist. You understand me? So to me, it is better. I prefer not to say anything. Because you see, when you keep your mouth closed and don't say anything and just say, so inhale, breathe, and look up to the sky, you don't have to say anything. God knows what you mean, but somebody standing around may not understand. And there's a thing that is called karma or reaction or whatever people call it. It can happen so fast, so fast that you have to sometimes say, but my God, it was just the other day, so and so. And look now, look how it played out right before me. You understand me? So I believe in this saying that says, he who fights and run away. So something like that. We live to fight another day. You best you run away because you run away from the person because you don't know what can go down. Because I believe with what happened to, and I'm not going in it. Sometimes we do things that we don't know, so it would give that effect. Sometimes I see people or hear people say, you know, I didn't know the person would go down. I remember when I was a child, I liked to throw stones. And my hands were straight too. And one day, I always get lick on my hand, to keep me hand from my side. But every now and again, because I could run because my foot never so long. Not like, no, me cannot run. And I would throw stone and run. And one day, I can't forget, I look at my smaller sister doing something. And she bent on her head. She didn't know where I was. She didn't know whatever I was doing. I was at about 30 feet, not 100 from her. And she doing what she did, and me just tell her, say, look up. When she look up, she look at a stone. We just throw the stone like this. I like a high side drop. And right now, for this burst, I didn't throw it burst, it still, and the blood and everything starts going. I start to bleed. I wait up myself because I said, Jesus, we never really throw it to burst our head. We just throw it. But I should think, because I was the older one. And, I get some lick. I don't never really throw a stone again. Unless I was at a mango tree. I was stoning the mango tree for the mango. So what I did then, when I throw a stone and I cannot get the mangoes to fall off the limb, I would get a stick, a wood stick, and set it up in the tree. And the stick now would lick the limb, and then some more mangoes. So if me did want one ripe mango from the tree, and I have 10 green ones, because of the one ripe mango, the whole limb of green mango come down. Drop. Sometimes they drop all in my head. I never know, say so much would come down. I was not somebody who, you know, I was not so fearful. It's just now that you get older and you look back now. I couldn't be going around throwing stone at people. And if I'm passing anybody's yard and they have dog, I have to have a stone. Yes, because what? If I see the dog at the gate, the dog don't have to look in at me. Once I see him at the gate, I'm going to aim and he must run, go back in the yard. Because I'm not going to pass the dog at the gate. Because I don't know when me pass him. So as them see me coming, they run, go in the yard and start back. Because I always have a story. God I'd never get bitten by a dog. See, but those are some of the things that we do. So when we are older, we should show a difference. Because if I was still going around throwing stones at, maybe I would it would know it is animal cruelty. So they would have taken me to those. We didn't have those big dogs. We didn't have those big dogs. We had some little dogs, they call them mongrel. We didn't have those big pit bull and those big German shepherd. We didn't know about those dogs. But most people yard have the little common dogs, they call them mongrel. And they were very miserable to You understand me? They were very as them see you approaching and they run. Sometimes the one yard have about 5, 6 dogs and puppy. So as them see you approaching, they know say me going through a stone. The one out near the gate side run go back in and start back. I mean never throw any stone at him, And he start back. So the dog know me. So I could never go into that yard. Mm-mm. And if when he run go in, I say good. And it's when I pass the gate, me have to be looking behind because I don't know if they sneak up. And if I see one, me just yeah, man, this stone after him, and he run on back and make nice and go back in. So, those are things that we do when we were younger. But now that we are older, we have to stop those things. And even then, nobody would tell us it's cruelty. Because people only had that to protect themselves, because when the dogs then bite you, all they do is put on a little iodine on it and whatever, or you go to the hospital and get it dressed. And if one dog, nobody yard not really have one dog, you know. So if one, let's say you get bite up, if you get more than one, if you get a dog bite you up, you have to go and get tetanus injection and those things. You know, but like now, it's a little different. People are supposed to keep their dogs inside. So, you know, unless you go to a person's home here, you don't know that a dog is inside. Some big dogs, they're inside the house, but they're not out like our dogs up and down all over the place. They will give them walks, you know, but that's what I was saying. So maturity to me comes with age. What do you think, Tetla? Maturity comes with age. So a person is 30-year-old, 40-year-old. The person can act like a 5-year-old. You know, you see some people, like, for example, they are eating. Sometimes you have to put on the fork or the knife, you know, and hold your thing in your hand. I'm not saying no, but you will see them always take them hand eating, because they just say they can't bother with the fork. Or they will use a spoon. Use a spoon, therefore no practice is going to be done at home with the fork. Not necessarily the knife. You know, most people at home don't really, if you're not around a table, the knife doesn't seem so relevant. But now and again, we have to practice it, because when we go out in public places, we are going to be embarrassed. We're going to be embarrassed. So we have to practice it. You understand? And as Stedler say, practice becomes perfect. Becomes perfect. So if we don't practice to use a knife and fork, when we go to some functions or so, events, we will put on the knife and have the fork alone. And then we won't know which is the next utensil to use, whether we should use the fork beside or the spoon or whatever. So we just say, you know something, let me just take up the spoon, because the spoon take up a lot put in your mouth, and the spoon carry more. No, just saying though, but we have to be careful of what we say. Yes, because you have some people, you know, they are active, if you understand me, in their rooms right before what should I say, almost before the children. If the children will come in and see them, they don't have no little privacy, because they don't matter to them. Whether it's their person or somebody comes by, and you know, I've been to school functions where I see persons dancing. A school function, you know, not here. And we lady cock up herself and I go on. And the man then and a school for the children. I'm not saying, but okay, I'm not doing this. You know, I'm not saying that those things are not done, but some things can stay in the privacy of your bedroom. You understand me? And sometimes again, when they're in a brawl and cussing and tracing each other, they use some language that you would not even want to hear it much more repeat it, and you find that the children then grow with the same attitude, telling people to come suck and do and do and do and all kind of things. So you just keep multiplying. Or are you going to reduce it? Because you need to act with mature. Yes, we have to be careful what we say and do. You can't just get up in the big. Okay, a person just have I always wonder when I was growing up. A person has just, you call it, two-apartment house. You have the little hall, maybe one little bed in there, and the bedroom now is like for the mother room. So if the partner doesn't live there and the partner comes, that's where the partner stay. And remember, those days it's just a curtain screen you'd have at the door. Is that like now everybody wants to have a door to close? It was just curtains. So imagine, and they always have a lot of children, you know. They always have a lot of children. Imagine, you know, every sound that is being made, the children are there to hear. And you know what I mean? And it mimic the sound. And sometimes they go with other friends and they talk about it. And if they know the person is not their father, but the person coming in for some time with their mother, they know what is going to take place. You understand me? So sometimes we have to look at the things that we do and say if we are going to make a change with society and with our own children. Because granted, we can't make people, we cannot tell them to think, but I still believe we can portray an example so that they can adopt. And when they have their families, they realize, oh, I've never seen my parents hug up and even say, because what they feel say they must do it in their room when nobody sees. Or they were old time people, They do it in their rooms. So nobody will see them, you know. And as much as we never see her here, for I don't know. I don't know if they wait until when everybody is gone to work, no work, school, and the house is empty. I don't know. I don't know. But they seem to know how to do their plan. And I think then as we get into that stage too, we don't want our children come and say, oh, here my mother there. Mother, my father here. No, you don't want them know when and when you're not. You understand me? And then sometimes again, there's a quarrel in the home and the type of words that comes out of the parents' mouth. And the children are there listening and hearing everything. How are they going to treat their partner now when they are, when they come of age? How are they going to treat their partner? They're going to treat them even worse because they have their ideas already, and you give them some of your ideas with behaviors, so you make it surplus. So as I said, Tetla, you're right. Let's be careful what we say and do. Not that we are afraid or shy, but for decency, I believe. And when we do these things now, we realize that we are acting mature. We are being mature in what we're doing. So maturity we don't get mature overnight. Like a person is going to have a baby. Is that tonight the baby born tomorrow? It has a process. You understand? It has a process and it takes time. We know that a baby can be born at 7 months and it can be born at 9 months. But certain processes has to be followed before the child is born. Sometimes they reach a stage they cannot come by themselves. The doctor has to help the mother. The doctor has to help the mother. You know what I mean? In terms of delivering. Or the midwife. But sometimes some people do have complications. Some don't, some cannot have it. Some pass out, become unalive in child's birth. Some by the time the child is born, them gone, the baby gone or the mother gone. Or some, for some health reason, the mother may not be able to complete the pregnancy. So her life and the child, the baby, the fetus, because once the child is not born, called the fetus, is once the mother cut off, the baby cut off too. Once the baby is inside. If the mother is at a hospital and the doctor see that something's going to happen and it is able to save the child or the mother, the doctor can do. But if at home where you're far away from all of those facilities, one or two, maybe the baby or the mom or both, everybody pass off. Sometimes people's body are not really mature again to carry a full-term pregnancy. Not fully mature. But some people, I remember a lady that told me she was 20 and she has 5. You really wonder. And and gaining weight during pregnancy doesn't mean that you are really fat and you are healthy. But in the end, she was not really healthy then because the doctor had given her certain restrictions. But like they say, allegedly, she still continued. So near 7 months, she couldn't go and had all kind of complications. So what I'm trying to say is we have to follow instructions, and doing that will show some amount of maturity. Because if every day we are going to be on the same, below the level, below the level we cannot come. The more you mature is the more you're going to show learning. Right? The doctor will say, oh, you're in a mature stage now. You can go to delivery room. You're ready to be delivered. It means that your time has come. You understand me? And I'm not just looking at the reproductive system neither. I'm looking at the behavior of a person. More the behavior, because we have to work to change negative behaviors once we identify it, and make it positive. So somebody may not know, which sometimes they don't know. Maybe lack of exposure. They don't know. So they need help. And then sometimes you administer little help and they might chase you away so you're too enough. But in your own little way, you would know. So you couldn't just go and say, you're not acting mature, no. You just try to find some way so you can reach the person so the person can be appreciative. Because sometimes people need help. We do need help at some point. Yes, Tess. So thinking of different levels of maturity. And some people, you have to practice asking questions. So if you don't ask questions, it means that you're not learning anything. Because the questions you ask, and if you're able to get answers now, then it could be that it's clarifying something. Clarifying something. And once you get clarification, it means you're trying to think now. What, like I was saying earlier, I think it was yesterday, yes. Or a person who is not so educated can become successful. Success doesn't only mean that the person must go to college. You understand me? Success comes as a result of practice, training, working towards something you want to achieve. So when you become more mature, you say, oh, I'm in my parents' house. I grew up there and I'm now a man or I'm an adult woman. I need to have a home, a house for myself. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit in your parents' house and wait until they pass on before you go and get that house? You're going to plan ways and means. How are you going to go about owning a home? Right? Which means that you're getting more mature every day now. So you want to go on your own. Because you can't be living in your parents' house every day. Maybe she has 10 children and all 10 of you pack up at her place. She wants a space now. So people start to spread out. And then she start to go into each person's home and have fun. So it shows that you're learning, you're getting mature, you're trying to achieve the things you want out of life. So you're going one step more up the ladder. Yeah. How much time we do things and we never really plan? Impromptu. Because even tonight, I was saying that I would just do one a coloring, and then I say, it's been a while, I have not come on the live this time with this channel. So I said, I'm gonna try it. I won't be for very long because you know how it is already. Today was a very good day. By the time I end the live, I fell asleep within less than 15 minutes, which made me give me the energy now to come back. But I'm not going to stay. But thanks for the like, somebody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have to, make the effort. Sometimes, that's why I sometimes say sometimes a person is really beat, really beat. And like, it is easier here. Back home, when it is hot, you don't want to be in the house. You want to be outside. So you will not want to sleep in the daytime. But here, it is cold. Hi, Betty. How you doing? Happy to see you, my friend. Thought I had given you this thing the other day, but it never come up. I had put you in the blue, Yeah, I had put you in the blue, but it looked like it didn't come up. Let me see it now. Hope you come off. Bedtime. What time is it now, Betty? Yes, your eyes are supposed to be tired, you know. That's why I say I'm not staying very long. I came on a little after 8. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's supposed to be going up to 9. Going up to 9. Thanks for the thumbs up. Going up to 9 o'clock. I'm not put it in the blue cupboard if I never see it. No, it come up. Yes, Sister Tetla. So people just talk. You understand me? And sometimes they say, when we talk, we are bag of nice for our bag of mouth. Because we say things that we don't try to help. But this thing that happened last week, it played out so much in my brain that as if I was there. I was also looking at the clippings that they were putting out, but boy, I could not manage it. But it's telling me that sometimes we have to be the bigger person. And it look bad that you're someplace and somebody is talking. And you cannot say, I don't want to hear anything. Because you see, it's very easy to say that, all right. When you have your stress, don't take right there. So it can bring a quarrel. So when I see you shut your mouth, say, they stop. They say, why are you not answering? Just bite your lip. Because sometimes you don't bite the lip, you may say things. So you just bite the lip. And you bite the lip, they get the message. But when you open your mouth and start, say something, they are going to misinterpret what you say and they may get even more angrier. So you bite your lip, beat your lip, that's what they say. You don't say bite it for it to get hurt, but you say you mum your word. Because some people easily offended. They're easily offended. And you don't know what to do sometimes. And you don't want to lose friendship. You don't want to be in any mix-up. You don't want to be in any, because in the incident, no, you're going to find that everybody is talking. But when it comes to giving certain statements, no, to go quote, you're going to find out people back out. Back. But what I'm still dwelling on is the fact of showing maturity. There are many ways. As I said, there are many ways we can show maturity. We can be even loving towards another person without even have to go and kiss up a person. We can share things. We can show kindness. Some people are very mean. They don't share anything, not even a good hello. They tell it to you in their throat. You have to look around and wonder if they had said something. So there are many ways. Even a little smile. There are many little ways show the level of maturity, because as we agree on, it shows in our behavior. It shows in our behavior towards each other, whether it be humans or animals or whatever. And as I say, animals, again, I look back at a person who manages a full coop with a lot of chickens. Once you're feeding those chickens, they know that they're being fed. As you enter the coop, everybody run towards you. They're not running away from you. They know you have food. They run towards you. And as you feed them and they are fed, and you try to catch one, everybody run away, fly away from you. They don't want you to hold them. So they get what they want, but when you already know, you have to put on the pressure, lock up the cook door, and grab. Then fly away. But you're going to feed now, that's the time you have to hold them. Or put them, if you're going to separate them. So even the animals can see when we show love. I'm accustomed to this dog. I was scared of the dog. And the dog is so nice. You call the dog name, the dog lie down, and then put up his paw, you shake it. So, they are so trained. You just lie down in back and put up his 4 feet, and like he's shaking them. And you try to see it shaking, and then shake, and then and look at you nice. They know love. Animals know when they love them. Some don't know. If they're not trained, they don't know. They will hurt you. But when they are trained, I don't know how the brain open and they train them and it stays with them. Yeah, my dear. So, maturity to me comes with time. Hmm. I don't know if Tetla, you're there with me still? You just want to hang in there a little bit more, few minutes more. Few minutes more, Tets. Can't go too far over the nine. So, a few minutes more. Yeah, people have to show love. Show love. Let me say, when I catch a person and them out, I give them some big intimate kiss. You can wave your hand and say hi. You can say hello, right? You have the person number, you can give them a little call and say hi. You haven't seen in a while. You know, touch base, you touch base. Because if you don't do that, then nobody's going to do it to you. And that's going to bring on what we talked about some weeks ago, loneliness. Loneliness is not anything pleasant. I am here by myself in this space, right in this room. But if I had to be here all the while, like 24/7, 7 days of the week, every day going on, not going anywhere, I'm not going to be happy. No, you have to mix and mingle with people for you to get each other's ideas. Like Betty can sew and may say, Sister Betty, I'm coming by your shop tomorrow. I have this style I would like for you to do for me. And when I go, she say, oh, this is easy, man, but to me it is difficult because I cannot cut it. And she do it nicely, and I collect me thing when the time comes. Show appreciation. So I'm going to take the clothes from her. She wastes her time and electricity, and I just say thanks and leave. No, it comes with a cost. Then if I want to give her a tip to show appreciation, because we know say tip not happen back some places, but some places it happen. To show appreciation, or maybe I just give her what she charge. And then because I know I have some big roasting breadfruit on my tree and some nice big fruits, I pack up one bag and say, I stop in by your shop next week, Thursday evening at about 3 o'clock. Are you going to be there? And he say, yes. I don't tell you what you're going to get, And all I know, when I stop here there, and I say, this is for you, Up to you if you want to share it, the local talk. Up to you if you want to share it. And then she have her friend, them one or two. She say, okay, I get 1 dozen big grapefruit, but I'm giving away 4. I want the rest so. So different levels of maturity, kindness, appreciation. But when we were younger now, we are not thinking like that because we are not yet fully mature. All we're thinking of is our parents to go roast the breadfruit or whatever, or go buy the dress for Christmas or birthday, and we just feel good. And if you don't look good, we don't like it, and then So different levels according to the age. Now you become an adult and you have your family, you have your children. You just fix them up nice and for their nice birthday clothes and birthday party. But for you, you're not fussy to a birthday party. But you want to go out and have dinner. You don't want to have anything at home, any little dinner and all little ice cream. You want to dress nice now and go. Most times we give the children a party at home, but when it comes to us adults, we don't want it because we have passed that stage. You understand me? We are more mature. So husband may take the wife, or the whole family goes, or the mother may say, it's my birthday, it's at the family, whatever, have fun. And they go and have a nice dinner at a nice place and have a good time. So mother don't have to be in the kitchen cooking the same food that she's going to have on her birthday. Father don't mind because father is going to eat, and children don't mind they are going to eat, but mother wants to be treated. And if every day mother cooking her own birthday dinner, she's not going to like it every year. She's going to say, no man, today is my birthday, I'm going out. But there are times she may not be able to go because she have house expenses, she have the children to think about, furniture loan, this, that, car loan, expense, light bill, water bill, every bill. And she put herself one side and clear all those bills. That is what we say you're mature. So maturity. When you're older now, your children, You're expecting them to treat you well. Oh, it's mom's birthday. We are going to take her out today. But some people don't take out their parents. They just gone on their own and live by themselves. They don't even remember their parents' birthday or anything like that. Then you're not even going to look for me on my birthday. You didn't remember. Lord, mommy, I had to work. Still maturity, but with responsibility. You know, there are some little things. It takes time. We can't rush. But to me, in my thinking, maturity takes time. You can't get up today and born today, creep tomorrow, run the next day, become an adult the next day, and everything. It takes time. It takes time. Whether or not we know it, it takes time. But we have to grow with it so that as we grow, we become mature in our behavior. So if we don't grow with it or encourage the behavior, it's as if we didn't know. Like you go and give a child, the little cups that they give them, they feed in have some little hole so they can learn to hold the cup at their mouth and maybe take the porridge or something. Or little water or something in it. I don't know if they give them still. That's a way of starting. The child is learning. You understand me? So, maturity don't come overnight. Little child can handle the cup, then the next thing give you a little spoon. Start with the spoon, and then put the food all over your face and your head. Turn over the dish or whatever in your head and feel good. Learning takes time. Takes time. So, that's my bit of talking about maturity. I think I am mature because my age is not on the calendar. But when your age is on the calendar, you're still mature now, but different levels. Like grandparents are more mature, should be more mature than your mom, because your grandparents would have grown and taught your mom different things. And she knows when to come and teach you, the children, and that's how it goes. But some people don't learn. Not that they were not taught, but maybe they didn't see the interest at the time. So at some point in time, they will realize, Lord, I never teach her to make her bed. And now she's married. And her husband keeps complaining that the room is untidy. Who will take the responsibility? You know? So although the person mature and become an adult, if you don't know to make the bed in better, go learn to straighten the house. Because something's going to go down. So sometimes the parents they don't know themselves to teach your children. You know? That is it, people. So and look at the old time parents are gone, or old time parents in the past. They would have taught a lot of things, more home type. To cook, to sew, you better learn to hem your clothes if you cannot sew like Betty, Sister Betty. But you must carry on the needle and hem your dress still if it gone down bad or if something bursts on your clothes. Because if you cannot do that, you cannot hold a little needle to do a little hem or a little stitching or a little darning. Let's talk about darning. Then when your husband socks tear or his shirt something or whatever, him cannot do it and you wash the clothes and you give him steamer to wear with some part of it half tear up. And he will wear it too. Some of them will wear it go on the street, That low. So we will go on the street. And make people ask them, man, your shirt burst. You never see they grow the shirt burst. I said, my wife must see it. She wash it. Because you wash the shirt and give him to wear, and he wear the same way. Look when people talk, and then I'm in an argument. Maybe him can't even hear me neither, and you or whatever. So you see, there are many ways. Many ways. I know the old. My parents were very old, and if it's one thing I know, they will teach you to do. You cannot say you cannot cook because if it's wood fire you're using, or coal, log wood or coal, you better can put on the pot and cook something. And I remember they would bake even wedding cakes. They didn't have the oven right now to put in like what we have. They put it outside and make up some and put it on it. And the way they you have to rub. All Christmas cake you rub till a week. And they know when you rub properly. And they never go anywhere, but they learn. They're going to have rice and peas on Sunday. They were not accustomed to the powdered milk or the milk in the tin. They they give you the coconut. So you have to go crack the coconut, get rid of the water, and take it out the shell, and sit down maybe with two coconuts, depending on the size family. And grate the coconut with your hand. Grate it, every piece, and juice it nicely, and use it to cook the peas or whatever they are doing. And you know, then people back in the day, they don't use no liquor pot. They use some big pot. But you know, those people normally have a lot of children. I remember my mom says her parents had 16 of them. So they never plan no family. They just multiply. They just multiply. Because what? They were not accustomed to going to supermarket. Because they have everything. You have your farm. You have everything you want. And even milk. Cow milk. Everybody always raise animals or goat milk. Very rare they'll go to a shop. And then those shops would have had a lot of different things in them. A lot of different things. Then they just sell the basic grocery. Like a shop with every little thing that a store not have. And they would not use the sugar. For you, sugar will be there, but people don't really go buy sugar. They would get the cane and beat the cane. And they know to beat the cane with the stick. And then they ring the cane and get out the juice. I'm telling you, that juice is so nice. If you get the cane juice to put on to make it settle for a while, or put it in the fridge, oh my God, they don't want a nicer thing to drink. Yes, they use it on sweetened drinks. Yeah, there were so many natural things that they used. They were not really into the artificial things. But you know, as we get more mature as a people, we move away from those lifestyles. You know, we move away. We go for the faster things that are readily available. So we just go to the store and we see this and we take up that. I remember the days when you'd hear blenders on a Sunday between 11 o'clock and say 1:32. You hear the blender them running. That was after people stopped grating coconut. And they say, oh, if it's one thing they buy the blender for, it's to blend the coconut. Because it was a hard job to grate coconut every Sunday. You know, it was a hard job. But then you always use the trash to put together and make something. So you never really lose anything. But no, people move up. People step up to the plate, man, doing something else. Right? So maturity has caused changes. And changes with our behaviors. Mm-hmm. Not that it's anything bad. Because when I look at it, you know, I think life was harder, but maybe it was healthier. But I would say it was harder because you have to do everything at home. You have all the different types of animals. They have to be fed. Not everybody have running water in the yards. They have to go to some place, some spring, some place. At some time they have to go to river to wash. And they have the big things on them head. Going to river to wash. Wash there at the river, then wash, then cook, and then go fishing. Some catch janga, some may catch fish, I know janga, or crayfish, or shrimps, call them shrimps. So people always like going to the river. So you spend a whole day at the river. But you wash, cook, eat, and put the clothes to dry. Fold them up again, take them home. When you reach back home, You're tired, you reach back home at 5 o'clock, 4:30. And you have to walk far. Some people walk really far. Life was, at some point to me, harder. But over time, when you look back, you would say it was fun. It was fun. No, when you look at it, because you didn't have a choice. We don't know about no washing machine. And you know, when you pipe in, you have to run to wash the clothes. You have to pack them up and be happy about it too. Can't even frown. You have to enjoy what you're doing. So the discipline was so firm. And then, as I don't know, but as we get older into our adult life, we find that things change. And you cannot tell these young people no. When you try telling what you have gone through in your time, they say it was boring. It's boring. But those times you didn't even know the word boring. You may know the word tired. You don't know the word boring. So maturity, it takes in a lot of things. It at the end of the day, it causes changes. Yeah. Now we are mature from where we were, what we grew up used to where we are now. We are more mature. Things have changed. And I don't think anybody really would want to go back and relive some of the past. You see, when you're young, you don't even know some of the problems of what our parents would have gone through. But when you look back, sometimes I say if our parents should just appear and see how things have changed now, I think they would quickly shrink back down and cover up. Because I don't think they could adjust. Because this was never yet in their brain. It's so new. And that is why when we look back, we say it's boring. How can I get up every Sunday? I have to go to school. Okay, all the best. Good night, Sister Betty. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I do owe you yeah. I catch up with you. I have to come to your house. I catch up. Yeah, so I'm almost up. Just another 2-3 minutes to reach the hour. So it's not easy. You have to, and then you're born into the situation. You have to just grow with it. Because if you want to do what your parents want back in the day, they're going to. I'm not going to tell me I'm almost at 58 and a half. I'm going off in that 3 minutes. Whenever I go live, I try to get the hour because, I'm wrapping up, honestly. Yeah, so we always have to give our parents, and that's why we have the older generation, most of them gone, and the age some of us are now. So we have to just reach out, show love. And even if you have somebody who's not so nice, and you see them, you say hi, let them hiss them teeth, they don't throw them again. But sometimes when you say hi, they are so surprised. They smile and say hello. Then they say, I never know a person called to me, Then they see you again, they may say hi, you say hello. You don't have to be friends, but it shows maturity. And if we just try to exercise that within us, I tell you, we'll go far away. And life would have been a little easier. So as we mature, we learn and we move on. Guys, I'm going to stop here. Have a good night. Have a good night wherever you are. And Sister Betty, thank you. I'm just going to sit here for another 2 minutes. But this is where it ends for me tonight. Just want to make sure I reach up into the hour. You see, I'm trying to push. Sister Betty, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be so happy, right? Yeah. Let me say good night, good night. Thank you, guys. And those who are out there in the trees enjoying the cool night air. Where I'm at is freezing. Thank you for the like. Lisa. Lisa, I'm just on my way out. How are you doing? I just was ending the live. I'm gonna put it on back. I was just. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you still there? All right. So, yeah, see you next time. Have a good night. I'm so sorry. Have a good night and thanks for dropping by. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye bye. Next time, Sister Lisa. Let's try this. Oh, God. Wanted to reach the. Oh. Mm. Yeah. Let me go to it.